Yo, what's up, everybody? So, if you don't already know me, my name is Chris Connolly, and I own the Go To residential painting company in Farmington, New Mexico, that I run remotely from my home here in Albuquerque. And today is going to be kind of a short video. I'm just going to go over how we go about managing our schedule so that we can, one, stay on top of everything without running behind schedule, two, keep customers happy, and yeah, you'll be surprised. It's not as complicated as you might think. So, basically, what we do when we schedule customers is we have a projection that we put them into that runs throughout the entire year, and we book them out wherever we need them to be. Now, when we're approaching this conversation with the customer, what we're telling them is we are not asking them where do you want to be scheduled. At the end of the day, if we ask them that, we're just setting them up for disappointment because we cannot meet their scheduling needs. If you ask someone when they want their project scheduled, the ideal answer for them as to when we can get it done is probably yesterday. And as you guys know, that's just not doable. And so realistically, you might be booked 4, 6, 8 weeks out. You might be booked 4 months out. For us, we generally schedule 4 to 6 weeks out. And so what we'll do when we're scheduling with people is we will tell them, hey, so and so, just so you know, we've got you tentatively scheduled for this date. As we get closer to that date, we'll keep you updated in case anything changes. That being said, our painters have really been just knocking it out of the park lately. And so there's a strong probability that we'll be able to get you in sooner. If we can get you in sooner, are you open to that? And what you're doing there is not only are you setting the expectation of when you're going to do the project, which is, I mean, it's up to you when you do the project, right? You can only get to it when you can get to it. And so it's important that you keep the scheduling in your hands. Don't put it in their hands. Otherwise, that's just going to lead to disappointment. On top of that, you're also talking up your painters. Your painters are doing a great job, right? If they're not doing a great job, you probably shouldn't be working with them. But they probably are doing a really great job. So this is an opportunity for you to take that knowledge that you already have of your team and talk them up to the customer. It'll help give them a sense of relief knowing that they went with the right company. What you're doing is if you need to bump people up in the schedule, you're priming them to be ready for that so that you can be moving people up. So what you're going to do outside of that is, let's say you have 5 crews, right? 5 crews who can get jobs done. You're only going to schedule 3 or 4 projects a week during that time frame. And that way, if you do happen to fall behind and you need a little bit of time to get caught up before your next project, you still have crews to put on projects so that you're not falling behind. That's the first thing. The second thing is, let's say you've got 3 projects scheduled. You've primed all of your customers down here to be ready to bump up in the schedule. So all you've got to do is call them and say, hey, Mr. Customer, great news. I know that I told you that we had you tentatively scheduled a little bit later, but we did have an opening. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to go ahead and bump you up. We're actually going to be there this week now instead. And most people will just be thrilled with that. You might get the occasional one off that doesn't work for, and you may have to move things around. But for the most part, that really helps you keep your schedule flowing smoothly because you are not over scheduling. So you're always bumping people up, which of course is a good thing for them because perceived experience is experience. And so if you're bumping people up all the time, that's going to make people happy with you because now you're ahead of schedule instead of them perceiving that you're behind schedule. I hope this was helpful. By following the process that I just outlined, you can help keep your customers happy, keep your people working, and also keep your schedule a little bit more organized and hopefully keep your life a little bit easier as well. Remember, working with a contractor is one of the most stressful things that people will do with their home. So we want to make that as easy as possible. And that's how you run a great company. Thanks for joining. If you found this video helpful, hit the subscribe button for more info on how to grow your painting business. If you know someone who's struggling with production in their painting business, you can actually hit the share button below and you can link that in a text or email. And hopefully this video will help someone else. Catch you later, guys.